Hey, this is MATSAN and welcome to our video.
Welcome back!
What's the title for today?
Today we're gonna talk about our supernatural experience.
Wow, that sounds very creepy.
Well, gonna be fun. Because first of all, what is your point of view about supernatural thing or God or ghost overall?
Well, as I already claimed, I think a few times on the videos, I am an atheist and I'm far from believing into anything, nor God or nor even any kind of supernatural things, some powerful weird things going on. However, I had some kind of like weird experience, but only one in my life that I'm gonna share with you. However, I think many things that can be explained, even if at the beginning they just look weird, yes, or unbelievable. And to be honest, for the whole of my life, like 27 years since I'm born, I never really experienced anything that creepy.
That is not able to be explained.
Yeah. Which is funny because I have some friends and they experience many weird things. In my opinion, it might be also like maybe someone who is a believer, maybe they are attracted to those things more. Maybe they can just...
That's true.
See more of those things. And what is your point of view on that?
Well, because of the environment that I was raised, so in Taiwan we have lots of talks about that and lots of traditions we have to do to prevent ghosts, let's say, when you are traveling and so on. So
I hear that many times from her mom, that don't go to the water at this time because the ghost of water is coming
to catch you.
Don't put the cactus in the room because the other god is gonna punish you or something. I don't know, but
when you're traveling, don't close the light in the toilet because it's the most, yin-yang, the most in place, like the darkest place.
I even feel like once we were in Taiwan, we did that.
Even I, when I'm traveling in Asia, I usually just tend to follow those
I remember the
traditions.
Like that. I just remember we did something like that, and I was kind of annoyed by it.
Like he closed it and I opened it. He closed it, I opened it. So, well, it's not like I believe in that. And later on, we're gonna share some little stories that we used to experience, but. Generally, I tend to not believe in any ghosts. And God, I'm more like agnostic. So, like I mentioned before,
she's more willing to know, to accept things, I think. I am trying to be very rational. Like very just beton.
Very concrete wall.
Yes.
I would categorize myself as agnostic atheist because I don't really believe in any god at the moment, but
you're willing to talk.
I'm willing to talk.
I'm willing to talk as well.
And respect.
And I do respect also. That's I personally don't like atheism, which is a fighting atheism. Anything against the dog. Anything against the god because. People need that,
Many people need that so as a comfort.
I will not deny that and I will not fight against that, so I am a peaceful version
of atheism.
Okay, we went far away from the topic, so the topic, let's come back to the topic. I will just tell about my personal experience. It's rather like weird. I will not tell who had that object because maybe that person doesn't want to.
Okay.
So anyways, I know somebody who actually got like a picture, like a portrait,
painting,
painting about some kind of like a woman on it, but the point is that I remember that the frame of that painting, because it had a frame, and that frame was like kind of like weird, and I don't know, it was like from kind of like cemetery place or something like that. Like it's like something fishy was going on with that painting. They were just telling me that this painting is kind of haunted. I was, for example, sleeping and then something weird happened to me. Blah blah blah. So of course I'm far away from thinking about those things, like really taking them seriously. However, at once, like we were having a party,
Okay.
and that picture was there, yeah.
They just decided to take it out and
they
place
just
it there.
they just decided to just take that picture and they put it just on a chair or something, yes,
Okay.
and just like that. And by looking at that picture, I feel very creeped out already, yeah, like it's looking deeply into my soul. Like that was very weird, yes. And I remember that my experience was that I was personally scared of something, yes. I never really had this kind of feeling before that I am scared just because of the picture. However, the picture looks creepy indeed, yeah. And at one moment there was like one person saying that, hey, look, actually I feel like I'm touching this picture, this painting, and I feel it's so warm. Yeah, it's so creepy warm. I was like, come on, painting they usually cold, yeah, like it's because of the material. It shouldn't be warm, yeah. So I actually touched it too, and it was so extremely warm. I remember that moment. It was so creepy. Yeah, it creeped me out even more.
You sure that you guys weren't on high? Or
And the point is that we were extremely drunk. Okay, I was at the party, and I'm just saying that usually. I don't have any experience like that, yeah. Okay. As I said, nothing like that really happened to me. But at that moment, it was very creepy. I was drunk. I was drunk. But at the same time, whenever I was really drunk, I never really have any weird experiences like that. Yes. But however, maybe I got so into it, yeah, that kind of my believing was like, oh yeah, it is so warm.
Maybe, yeah.
However, later on, when I went home and I woke up and I still was thinking about the picture for so long, yeah. And I went shower and I just started to, clean myself. So I closed my eyes because of the water, yeah. I closed my eyes and this picture just dramatically just happened in my face, like in my head, like I see it, yeah. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I got again super scared. I immediately finished shower, clean myself, dress up. And that's the end. And it never really happened. Nothing else really happened.
So nothing critical, but
it's not really critical. But according to me, which really nothing. My life is really boring. Like nothing is really happening about those kind of things. So it is for me an extreme case already. Yeah.
Sounds weird.
But
it also might be because that you guys were super drunk.
I'm not denying I wasn't drunk.
Got it.
So this is with my experience, nothing really else. However, we have something else to say, but which is more can be explained by the nature.
Yeah.
However, tell me about your experiences because they are very creepy.
Really? No, it's more like there were two incidents that both happened when I was a little kid around primary school. So they both happened to my toys. First of all, me and my sister, we had a doll. I never liked that doll because she looks very creepy.
Why always a doll? And why you even keep like a creepy
doll? I don't know. Probably it was a gift because it's those kind of doll that when you make some movement on her, she will blink her eye. This kind of doll. I don't know. Anyways, so I clearly remember that scene that me and my sister were just playing those dolls around and I had her in my hand and I completely wasn't moving. And I saw her blinked her eyes in front of me and that creeped me out so much. And I don't remember what I done after that, to be honest.
But it was blinking eyes because of movement.
And it's like when you when you
so
move,
those eyes were basically on some kind of like little, not really mechanism, but they were like free, yeah? That when you move it.
Yeah, and that's the point because I get it that if I move her, so she will be blinking, that I get it. But I just remember that I wasn't moving at all and then she just like that. I was like,
if I would be a doll, I would always like to do this, especially in the midnight or summer.
Stop it! It's so scary. Jesus. Yeah, that was the first thing. And second time was we were living in the old house back then, so we had one room which is just empty room that we put all the things. It was a storage room, so we put all the things and all our toys that we're not playing there. And we had one toy phone, like it was a toy, but if you connect this phone line to the port, it still could function as normal phone. Yeah, it was home one, yeah, and there was no mobile phone back then. And I remember it was in the middle of one night. I was sleeping in another room, but it was just like a few steps away to that storage room. And I clearly remember I heard there is a ring on that phone. And obviously it wasn't plugged. And who will be calling in the middle of the night?
In the middle, of course, in the middle of the night.
Yes. I was super duper scared. I also don't remember what I have done back then after that, but it also stays in my mind till now. Yeah. That's all, to be honest.
What I would be doubting about this is like, how old were you?
Primary school.
Yeah, that you were a kid. That's the thing that I would be kind of doubting, that kids have bigger
imagination, and that's also what I thought.
And it might, especially maybe you were triggered by some other, like, I don't know, some horror or something. I'm not saying you were, but
I was always very scared of that room, especially, and I remember during specific time I was sleeping in that room and I always had nightmare.
But why you were sleeping in that room when you were scared of it?
Well, no, I mean previously, I don't remember the time, it was before or after, but there was a time that I had to sleep by myself in one room, and my sister, I don't know, she was too young or something. Anyways, I was sleeping in that room before that room became a storage room. Yeah, so and I remember there were some nights when it was rainy outside with thunder. I wasn't scared of thunder at all, but those few nights I always have nightmare because I feel like I see something, I feel like I hear something, and like I think my little mind was exaggerating everything.
No, there is something in those stories about one specific room or a house that is haunted. Yeah, that someone feels insecure.
Yeah.
And I'm just also trying to right now find any rational explanation to that. Yeah.
I don't believe there are any kind of ghost in that room because later on we even rent that room to some people. But anyways, I believe it was just me making up stories about this phone line. Maybe it was just my nightmare. Maybe
somehow the structure of the room and the way that it originally looks creepy makes you feeling insecure, and your organism is even trying to reproduce something. Like
hallucination.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's a very interesting topic. Good to talk during parties.
Yeah. And one more common thing that we both had.
It's like very natural thing, but I don't know if you knew it is natural back then.
When it happened to me, I wasn't really that scared, but later on I read it and it says that it's completely explained by science.
So we are obviously talking, no one knows what we are talking about. We are talking about the sleep paralysis, and anybody who is interested in dreaming, lucid dreaming, or anything connected to dreams knows that what is the sleep paralysis, and it is a very interesting phenomenon that basically everybody has it, except of some people who have some illness like this, like walking at night or something.
I used to.
Oh, so you might have also problems with that, I think. But anyways, this is something that happens naturally to the body, that it's like kind of like your brain produces some kind of system on your body, like it's disconnecting you. I don't know how to explain that. You basically can't move during sleeping. It's kind of like
it's securing
you, yeah. So you will not just
like the security lock.
Yeah. And sometimes it might happen that you actually can wake up and your brain doesn't feel that your brain still produces that sleep paralysis even you already woke up, so you can't move. And I had it, especially I was trying to kind of try to practice lucid dreaming at least, and I had that for a few times. And however, my case was because I already read that to do not to stop it, you have to focus on moving one part of your body, and I always focus on moving one of my finger, and it helps to somebody who have it. That might be very interesting. It helps, So I had it, and I remember once was even with you. I completely see you, and I can't move.
Really?
Yes,
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I just focus okay. Here we go. Focus, and few seconds I move, and then
it's unlocked.
Finally it's unlocked. However, I heard and I read that some people have some weird hallucinations during that. Yeah, that they can wake up on it and they have some weird hallucinations, some even feeling that something is squeezing your chest, some kind of monster is squeezing your chest, or some shadows you might see, some kind of aliens or stuff like that. Actually, there are even paintings like this one, for example. showing this kind of thing that it was already well known back then. And you had any kind of other weird things?
Only once about this.
But
But no,
nothing.
I only because back then during like in our culture we call it the ghost sitting on you. Sounds wrong. Like
Ghost. What kind of ghost? Is it like a cool
usually
lady?
like a female ghost. But yeah, and because of this
I'm so sorry. I'm so dirty.
because of this horror movie, The Ring. So because of the influence on that movie, I never really watched it because of the trailers and all the commercials. So every time when I think about this effect, I always think that if someday happens to me, it would be this woman with the hair covering her
I
face,
don't know why
sitting up.
I always have some I always when I hear about the ghost woman. I have some kind of fetish going on in my mind. I'm so sick.
Yeah, so it happened only quite short time that I woke up and I couldn't move myself. But obviously I was trying to look around to see if there's any of those ghosts standing like in a movie, but nothing. So I wasn't really scared. I also don't see anyone sitting on my chest. So I also wasn't that scared. I just feel like, okay, I can't move, so I have to move. So I didn't really know what was that. And I also
moved.
Yeah, I moved after like a while. I tried to like, and then I moved, and that was it. And I wasn't really scared of anything. But that was the one and only time that it happened.
I had it a few times. I had it a few.
But yeah, about this walk sleeping, this it happened to me when I was also around this primary school time, and I completely didn't know that. Only next day, my mom said that, "Did you know that last night you went downstairs to knock our room?" I was like, I didn't know that at all. Yeah.
It's funny.
And I was closing my eyes.
I never really. Wow. Oh my god.
I don't know how.
This is so creepy.
Yeah,
I don't want our kid in the future to be like that.
I'm scared.
It's like I never really had it. I sleep normally. Right now, you sleep really like a stone. I have to say so. Just. Really.
So it's safe.
You only have this creepy thing when you're sleeping. It's pretty creepy. That when she's falling asleep, she's like knocking her teeth like. Yeah.
It's so weird.
And she doesn't know about this.
I don't know that I have this habit. I'm a weird person. So like, you're pretty normal overall.
Kind of.
Only when he's very drunk, he's speaking some gibberish. Yeah, like when he is super duper drunk, he's talking in his dream. I don't know if you're dreaming or what, but funny that most of the time it sounds like English. Sometimes it sounds like Polish.
It happens only a few times, okay?
And it's complete nonsense. Like you couldn't understand what he's talking about. But once he was making speech, it was like super loud. I was like, and I was like, Jesus, calm down.
Don't talk about this, okay? It's so creepy.
And he was even so loud, and I was like beating him, like, hey, wake up! And he's not waking up.
Enough. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this amazing episode of MATSAN. And if you have anything interesting to share about your stories, your supernatural phenomenon, please share this on the comments below.
Let us know.
Yeah?
That's it. See you next time. We love you.
Bye bye.
Cheers.